What if I told you that the most explosive athlete in the NBA is standing on the edge of a biological cliff? Anthony Edwards, a human highlight reel, 102 kilograms of pure, unadulterated power. We see him glide across the hardwood, making elite defenders look like they are moving in slow motion. But what happens when you take that power off the court and onto the world's fastest stage? What if Anthony Edwards lined up in the starting blocks against Noah Lyles and Keyshawn Thompson? This is not just a hypothetical debate for the highlight shows. This is a cold, hard investigation into the limits of human physiology. Welcome to the Injury Breakdown. I am Sebastian, your performance detective, and today we solve the mystery of the 100-meter sprint. The hype is real. Edwards stands 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighs 225 pounds. His vertical jump is a staggering 42 inches. That is like having a jet engine attached to a freight train. In the NBA, his acceleration and deceleration are in the 99th percentile. He is a master of the kill switch, the ability to stop on a dime. But on the track, his greatest strength becomes his greatest liability, inertia. Think of it like this. Noah Lyles is a Formula One car. Light, carbon fiber, built only for forward velocity. Edwards? He is a high-performance trophy truck. To match the Olympic elite, our biomechanical projections suggest Edwards must produce 30% more force than a world-class sprinter, just to get his own mass moving. Newton's second law is a brutal judge. Force equals mass times acceleration. To get 102 kilograms moving as fast as 70 kilograms. The tax on his joints is astronomical. For the first 5 seconds, the world might be in shock. Because of his basketball training, Edwards is the king of the first step. He is packed with type 2X muscle fibers. These are the gunpowder of the human body. These fibers twitch faster than a camera shutter, and they are specialized for short, 5-meter bursts. For 10 tiny meters, he might actually lead the race. But then, the biological price tag comes due. At 20 meters, the sprinters enter the drive phase. They adopt a 45-degree forward lean to maximize horizontal force. Edwards? His brain is hardwired for court vision. He stays upright to see the play. On the track, that upright posture acts like a parachute, pulling him backward while the sprinters disappear. Why can't he just lean forward? It's not a choice. It is his muscle tendon unit stiffness. Think of a basketball player's suspension like a thick rubber band. It is bouncy, designed to absorb impact from huge jumps. But a sprinter's suspension is like a high-tension steel cable. It doesn't want to bend. It wants to snap back instantly. This creates a massive difference in ground contact time. An Olympic sprinter spends 0.09 seconds on the ground per stride. Edwards? He spends 0.13. That extra 0.04 seconds sounds small, but over 45 strides, it is the difference between a gold medal and finishing behind a fast high schooler. This leads us to the most dangerous part of our investigation, the swing phase. At top speed, the human body enters a zone of extreme mechanical stress. Your hamstrings must perform a biomechanical paradox. They must fire with maximum force while they are being stretched to their absolute limit. This is called eccentric loading. Imagine trying to slam on your car's brakes while the engine is still screaming at 8,000 RPMs. For a 77-kilogram sprinter, that force is 6,000 newtons. But for Edwards? Because of his mass, his hamstrings must survive over 8,200 newtons of force. That is a 34% increase in peak loading. His tissues are literally screaming under the weight of his own momentum. We have seen this experiment before. In 2021, NFL star DK Metcalf ran a 10.36. It was incredible. But he finished last in his heat. He had the hardware, the muscles, but he didn't have the software, the 10 years of neural patterns, to handle the track. We are currently seeing an epidemic of Achilles ruptures in the NBA. Now, Imagine taking that same 102-kilogram frame and putting it in track spikes. Unlike basketball shoes, spikes have zero cushioning. They lock the ankle into a rigid position on a surface that offers no mercy. The ground reaction forces travel directly into the tendon with zero dampening. It is a recipe for a catastrophic failure. So, what is the final verdict? Our projection is clear. Anthony Edwards would likely clock in between 10.8 and 11.0 seconds. That is 1 full second behind Noah Lyles. To visualize that gap, 1 second in a 100-meter sprint is not a close loss. It is roughly 8 to 10 meters of separation. By the time Noah Lyles crosses the finish line, Anthony Edwards would still be 2 full school buses away from the tape. This is not a failure of Edwards' athleticism. It is a testament to the extreme specialization of the human body. You cannot fire a basketball like a bullet without the gun exploding. The mystery is solved. The hardwood is a dance, the track is a bullet, and Anthony Edwards is exactly where he belongs. But I want to hear from you. Do you think a year of specialized training could get Edwards under the 10.5 mark? Or is his weight simply a biological speed limit he cannot break? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to understand the science behind the world's greatest athletes and the injuries that haunt them, subscribe to the Injury Breakdown. I'm Sebastian, the performance detective. See you at the next crime scene.